feeling weaker, lonelier, and more ignored with each passing day. It's not just time taking its toll, it could be small, hidden habits quietly wrecking your health and driving people away. These bad habits don't just leave you tired, they chip away at your confidence. They strain your relationships. They make you feel invisible. Every day they stay unchecked, you lose a little more of the vibrant life you deserve. It's dangerous because it happens so slowly you barely notice. Until one day you wake up feeling empty and isolated. But you're not powerless. You can stop this. And you don't need to flip your whole life upside down. Just a few simple changes can help you feel stronger, more connected, and back in control. In this video, I'll walk you through 9 sneaky habits stealing your health and happiness, and show you how to fight back starting today. Stay with me. This could change everything. Number 1, neglecting personal hygiene because no one's looking. Let me tell you about Frank and Carl. Both are in their 70s, both live alone, but their days look pretty different. Frank still gets up and takes a shower every morning. He trims his nails, changes into clean clothes, and keeps himself well-groomed. Carl, not so much. After his wife passed, he started letting things slide. First it was skipping his shave, then wearing the same shirt for days, and over time, he just stopped noticing how he looked, or how people looked at him. This kind of thing happens more often than we think, especially as we get older. When there's no one around, it's easy to feel like it just doesn't matter anymore, that no one's watching, so why bother? But the truth is, personal hygiene is not just about appearances. It's about health, confidence, and how we feel inside. Skipping basic self-care can lead to more than just a bad hair day. It raises the risk of skin infections, dental problems, and even digestive issues if we start neglecting what we eat and drink too. And emotionally, it can slowly chip away at our self-esteem. We may start avoiding others, and before long, isolation creeps in without us even realizing it. But here's the good news. This is something we can take control of, starting today. Try making a simple weekly hygiene checklist. Nothing complicated, just a gentle reminder to shower, change clothes, trim nails, brush teeth. Keep things like razors, combs, or lotions somewhere easy to see, not tucked away in a drawer. Out of sight really can mean out of mind. And think of grooming as a little act of kindness to yourself. Maybe set up a regular haircut or a shave, like a small treat. Something to look forward to. It is not about impressing anyone else. It is about feeling good in your own skin. Getting older doesn't mean letting go of these small routines. In fact, they might matter more now than ever. Because taking care of yourself, even when no one's looking, sends a quiet but powerful message that you still matter, that your health, your dignity, your presence in the world, all still matter. Number 2, interrupting more than listening. Joan is 71 and she loves talking to her granddaughter, but lately she noticed the calls were getting shorter. She'd start with, "Back in my day," and before she knew it, her granddaughter had wrapped up the conversation. At first, Joan thought it was just busy schedules, but then she realized she was always jumping in, cutting her off, trying to share her own stories too soon. And here's the thing, it is not because you do not care. It is the opposite. You care so much. You have been through a lot, and you want to offer guidance, wisdom, maybe even a little warning. But when we interrupt more than we listen, it can feel, especially to younger folks, like we are not really hearing them, like we are making the conversation about us. This can quietly push people away, not on purpose, but over time, they might stop opening up. You might notice fewer phone calls, fewer chances to really connect. And that is tough because meaningful connection is what makes these years richer, more joyful. So here's something simple you can try today. Pause for just 3 seconds before you respond. It is harder than it sounds, but it gives the other person space to finish their thought. And when they do, try asking, "Tell me more." Not to give advice right away, just to show you are curious. You care, you are listening. Another trick. Record yourself during a chat with a friend or family member. It might feel a little awkward at first, but it can help you notice if you are talking over someone without realizing it. That awareness can make a huge difference. If you have ever caught yourself doing this, jumping in too fast, maybe meaning well but missing the moment, go ahead and tap the like button. And if you want more tips on aging with connection and confidence, hit subscribe. Number 3, speaking negatively about the present. Every time someone visited Martha, who's 79, she would start talking about how terrible things are nowadays. The world's going downhill. Nobody has manners anymore. Everything used to be better. Over time, her daughter stopped bringing the grandkids to visit. And honestly, can you blame her? See, it is totally normal to feel nostalgic. We all remember the past with a little extra shine. Maybe music sounded better, neighbors were friendlier, or life just felt simpler. But when we only talk about how bad things are now, it sends a message that says, I do not like the world you're living in. And that can make people, especially younger folks, pull away. Here's the truth. Constant negativity, even when it feels harmless, can quietly push people away. Not because they do not care, but because it starts to feel like they are always being judged or dismissed, and nobody wants to feel that way. But the good news is, we can shift this. Starting today, try saying 3 good things about your day, every day. They do not have to be big. Maybe the tea tasted just right this morning. Maybe the sun came out after the rain. Maybe someone smiled at you in the store. When we notice the good, even in small ways, it lifts us up, and it shows others that we are open and curious. Another small change that makes a big difference is how we respond. If someone says something you do not agree with, instead of saying, that's dumb or that makes no sense, try saying, that's interesting. Tell me more. It keeps the door open. It shows respect, even when you have a different opinion. You could even start a little gratitude journal. Just jot down a few things each day that made you feel good. It sounds simple, but it trains your mind to focus more on what's going well. And that kind of energy is contagious. You do not have to fake being cheerful. Just start by noticing what's still good, because there is still much worth appreciating. Number 4, letting posture go, why it ages you faster than you think. Tom is 80 now, but not long ago, people thought he was closer to 90. And it was not because of wrinkles or gray hair. It was the way he carried himself. Tom always slouched. Over time, his back started to ache more, his balance got shaky, and he just did not look or feel confident anymore. So why does this happen? A big reason is our core muscles start to weaken as we age. Arthritis in the spine or hips can make it harder to stand tall, and often we just stop noticing our posture, especially when sitting for long hours. But posture is more than just standing up straight. When your body is out of alignment, it can lead to poor balance, which increases your risk of falling. Slouching also makes your muscles work harder, leaving you feeling more tired, even if you have not done much. And believe it or not, poor posture can even make it harder to breathe deeply. It also changes how others see you. A straight posture gives off energy and confidence, while slouching often sends the opposite message. The good news is you can start fixing this today. Stand against a wall for 5 minutes a day. Keep your heels, your back, and the back of your head touching the wall. This helps your body remember what good posture feels like. Try seated leg lifts to gently wake up your core muscles, even while watching TV. And if you spend a lot of time sitting, use a posture support cushion to keep your spine in line. It only takes a few minutes a day, but it can help you feel stronger, steadier, and a little younger too. Number 5, assuming you know more than others. Harold is 78 and he's been through a lot. He's proud of it too. Whenever someone brought up a topic, he'd smile and say, I've seen it all. At first, people listened, but slowly they stopped. Conversations felt one-sided, and his family started keeping things light or even avoided deeper talks. He thought he was sharing wisdom, but to others, it felt like he was shutting them down. This happens more often than we realize. After living through decades of change, challenges, and lessons, it is easy to feel like we've earned the final word. But when we always speak from the role of teacher, people feel like there's no room for their voice, especially younger folks. They may start thinking, what's the point in sharing? They've already made up their mind. That's why it matters. Staying curious, even after all these years, keeps connections alive. It keeps us open, and honestly, no one likes feeling dismissed. Not our kids, not our grandkids, not even our friends. Everyone wants to feel heard and valued. So here's something simple to try. Say, "That's new to me," at least once a day. It tells the other person that you're still learning too. Ask open-ended questions like, "What do you think about that?" Or, "How did you come to that idea?" And most of all, try listening like a student, not a teacher. You may be surprised at what you learn, and even more surprised at how much deeper your relationships can grow. Wisdom is not about knowing everything. It is about knowing when to listen. Number 6, talking about ailments too often. Gloria is 72. Lately, she noticed a pattern. Almost every time she spoke to someone, her sentence started with, "My back's been killing me." It was true, her back really did hurt every single day. But over time, she started to feel like people were pulling away, not calling as much, not staying as long on visits. And she wondered why. Here's the thing. Pain is real. Discomfort, fatigue, digestion issues, joint stiffness. It all adds up and it wears you down. You live with it every day, so naturally it comes up in conversation. But when pain becomes the lead story every time you speak, it can start to push people away, even if they care about you. That kind of talk, without meaning to, shifts the whole mood. It keeps things focused on what's going wrong. And when that happens often, others may feel unsure about how to respond, or they may avoid deeper chats altogether. But there is a better way. If you feel like venting, write it down. A journal can handle everything: the frustration, the details, the hard days. It gives you space to feel seen without needing someone else to hold all that weight. And when you do bring up something hard with a friend, try adding something light afterward, like, "My knees were acting up this morning, but I did manage to enjoy a walk around the garden." That little shift helps. Also, keep medical talk short and sweet. Give the update, then gently move on to something brighter. You deserve connection, laughter, new stories, not just sympathy. You are so much more than your pain, and people want to see that part of you too. Number 7, isolating yourself without noticing. After his wife passed away, Joe, who's 81, slowly stopped going to church, stopped meeting his buddies at the diner. At first, he just needed a little break. But one day, he looked around and realized it had been over a month since he spoke to anyone. Not a real conversation, not even a phone call, just silence. This kind of quiet isolation can sneak up on anyone. Sometimes it happens because we feel too tired, or we do not want to be a burden. Other times it is simply because the days blur together, and before we know it, weeks have passed. But here is why it matters. Loneliness is not just about feeling a little sad. It actually affects your health. Isolation has been linked to cognitive decline, depression, and even a shorter lifespan. Our brains and bodies need connection, just like they need food and rest. The good news is you do not have to wait for someone else to reach out. There are small things you can do today to turn this around. Schedule a weekly phone call with a friend or a family member. Put it on the calendar, make it part of your routine. Join a group, maybe a walking club, a book club, or even a video call group if going out is not easy. Many towns offer free senior activities, and they are full of folks just like you, looking to reconnect. Volunteering is another great option. Helping someone else gives you a sense of purpose, and it brings you back into the rhythm of life. You are not alone, even if it has felt that way lately. Reach out. The world is still waiting for you. Number 8, dressing too old on purpose. Sandra is 75. She used to love wearing bright blouses, fun earrings, her favorite colors. But now she says, "I'm too old for that." So her wardrobe turned all gray and beige. Safe, quiet, and honestly not her. This happens more often than you think. It's not just about fashion, it's about fear. Fear of being judged, or told you were trying too hard. Some of us grew up hearing that certain looks are not for older women. Over time, we start believing it. But here's the thing. Clothes do more than cover us. They reflect our spirit, they lift our mood, they even affect how people treat us. When we dress in ways that make us feel invisible, we start to believe we are. and that quiet feeling of fading into the background. It's not about age, it's about giving up on expressing who you are. So let's flip the story. This week, try adding a pop of color, a scarf, a bright top, even a pair of earrings that makes you smile. It does not have to be loud or trendy, just something that feels like you. If you feel unsure, ask someone you trust to help you pick out a few things online. Maybe your daughter, a neighbor, or even a friend you admire for her style. Sometimes we just need a little encouragement to see ourselves clearly again. It is not a reason to hide, it is a reason to shine in your own way. You deserve to feel good in your skin and in your clothes. Number 9, ignoring technology altogether. Walter is 82. He decided a long time ago that smartphones just weren't for him. Too complicated, too many buttons, too many updates. But over time, that decision cost him more than he expected. He missed a video call when his granddaughter took her first steps. He forgot about a doctor's appointment because the reminder came by email. And on his birthday, no one could reach him because his landline was busy. It is totally normal to feel overwhelmed by technology. It moves fast, and sometimes it feels like it was made for younger people. But here is the truth. Tech is not just about gadgets. It is about connection, about keeping in touch with the people you love, about having quick access to your doctor, your calendar, even your favorite music. When you avoid it completely, you end up missing out, not just on information, but on moments that matter. You do not have to become a tech expert overnight. Start small. This week, ask your grandchild or a neighbor to show you just one app. Maybe it is photos, maybe it is texting. Whatever it is, learn just that. You can even search for videos on YouTube. Yes, YouTube, that walk you through every step, nice and slow. And if typing is tough, try voice features. Just say, "Hey Siri," or Alexa to ask questions, make calls, or set reminders. Technology is not perfect, but it is here to help. And you are not too old to learn. You just need a little patience, a little curiosity, and someone to show you where to start. You have got this. Here's the good news. These 9 habits that chip away at your energy and joy, they did not show up overnight, and they do not have to leave overnight either. But they can change. One small step at a time. That's how real, lasting change happens. So if even just one of these habits felt a little too familiar, that's okay. You are not alone. What matters is that you noticed. And from here, you get to choose something better. A better morning, a better mindset, a better way to treat your body, your heart, your time, because you deserve to feel strong, connected, vibrant, proud of the life you're living at any age. Whether you're 60, 70, 80, or beyond, your next chapter is still being written. So tell me, Asur, which habit hit home the most for you? Drop the number in the comments below. I really do read everyone. And if this video helped you, send it to someone you love. Someone who might need a little reminder that it's never too late to start again. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a new video about living your healthiest, happiest life. And hey, since you made it to the end, here's a bonus habit to leave behind. Thinking it's too late, because it never is. Now take a second, breathe deep. What's one new thing you're excited to try this week?